Hi, this is Laura Lockhart with 1111 Spiritual Colonies and Retreats. Today we're going to talk about lesson number 5 in 148 Lessons from Source, a book that I wrote a while back. If you'd like to follow along, look for this book, 148 Lessons from Source by Laura Lockhart, on Amazon.com. And I think that you'll really enjoy following along with me with the book and taking your own notes and using your own ideas and your thought processes according to your life. So today is lesson number 5. Like I said, don't give in to the demands of others. Help them help themselves. Now, what do you think that means? That can mean a lot of things. However, in my mind, a lot of people are asking you to do things that you don't particularly want to do, but you do them to help others, setting yourself to the side. A lot of times when you give into the demands of others, you're giving away your personal self, maybe your morals, maybe your values. And even if it's not something outside of your moral or value set, it's still taking time away from things that you really want to do. And people can be very needy, especially if you're the mothering type or someone who just always likes to help. The next thing you know, you're doing things for others and you're leaving your personal interests behind, and sometimes maybe your things fall behind for the sake of other people. People really use people who know that you are going to give them time that they can use for themselves to do their own things. And that's really, really sad. I hate to see people do that to themselves. However, it happens every day. Sometimes saying no or, rejecting that invitation to help someone allows them to help themselves. We find it in our children every day. Mom, can you do this? Can you do that? And a lot of times, mother especially, if the kids are younger, you'll say yes, 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 yes. And you'll go and you'll do and you'll go and you do. And the next thing you know, they're young children and 10, 11, and 12. Mom, can you do this? Mom, can you do that? And you go and you do and you do and you do. And the next thing you know, you have a child who cannot do for themselves. Giving into the demands of others helps them take responsibility, or giving into the demands of others, takes away from them expanding in their own life and growing in their own life and taking responsibility for their own life. It is so important that you do that for them. By saying no, you are actually helping them. Take time to think about that real quick. How does that make sense? By saying no, you're actually helping them. Saying no actually helps them. Saying no gives them the opportunity to do for themselves. Saying no may force them to go ask someone else who also says no, who then, in return, it puts the responsibility on them to do things for themselves. People need to take the responsibility to grow for themselves, to live for themselves, to do for themselves so that they can grow and they can expand and they can experience life. If someone like you and I is constantly taking those responsibilities away from them and doing for them, how can they flourish? It's not fair for you, but you know what? It's really not fair for them. Then who benefits? The best thing that you can do for a lot of your friends or your spouses or your children or your people that you work with who are constantly coming to you, never taking care of their own challenges, never even taking care of things that may not be a challenge, but they just don't feel like they have the time to do it, and they're putting it on you, and they're putting it on you. You're not helping them. Help them by helping yourself say no. At first, they're not going to like you for it, especially when you've been doing and doing and doing and doing. But I promise you this. Someday they'll appreciate you. Someday they'll come back around and tell you, you know what? I was really angry at you for not helping me or not doing this or not doing that. But I learned from that. And I'm a better person for it. Now, whether or not that moment ever happens, and it may not, but hopefully it may, you'll feel that personal sense of pride come over you because, you've done something for them that without you they wouldn't have done for themselves. You are a powerful being. You have the ability to not only change your life, but to change the lives of others. I ask you to do it in a responsible way. And that's by saying no. Now, once again, and I want to read this to make sure that it's absolutely crystal clear to you. Don't give in to the demands of others. Help them help themselves. Very powerful lesson, something you need to think about. Who can you help by not giving in to their demands? Think about it, and we'll see you soon. Have a nice evening.